Welcome to The Explainer. All right, let's talk credit cards. You've seen the ads, right? All these promises of 5x points and luxury travel. But what does that stuff actually mean for you and your bank account? Well, today, we're going to cut right through all that marketing fluff. We're going to show you how to spot the cards that genuinely put money back in your pocket. So get ready for the ultimate credit card tier list, because we're ranking these things by what really, truly matters: net value.
I remember when I first tried to find a real rewards card, I was just completely lost. I mean, every single card has its own crazy set of rules, different points, different perks. It felt literally impossible to figure out which one was the best deal. Sound familiar? If you've ever felt like that, trust me, you are not alone. It's almost like the whole market is designed to be confusing. But hey, that's why we're here. We're going to help you slice right through that noise and find the perfect card for you.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by showing you exactly how we rank these cards by true value. Then we're diving into the heavy hitters, the premium S tier. After that, we'll get into the A and B tiers, which are the real workhorses, and we'll wrap it all up by helping you figure out how to build your own perfect wallet. Let's get into it.
All right, so before we start ranking anything, let's talk about how we're actually calculating a card's real-world value. It's all about cutting through the hype.
So we use a really simple three-step formula to get to what we call the net value. First, we figure out your rewards potential. Then, and this is the obvious one, we subtract that pesky annual fee. But here's the key. We then add back the value of all the credits and perks the card offers. The final number you get, that's the card's net value. It's the core of our entire ranking system.
And this right here is a huge piece of the puzzle: transferable points. Seriously, this is the secret to maximizing the value you get from these premium cards. Instead of being stuck with, say, just cashback, you can move your points to different airlines and hotel partners. What does that mean for you? Well, it means you can turn those points into a first-class flight that would normally cost thousands, or a free week at an amazing resort. That flexibility, it's a total game changer.
Okay, let's get to the fun part, the S tier. We're talking about the absolute best of the best, designed for frequent travelers who want maximum perks. Yeah, these cards have some serious annual fees, but if you can actually use the benefits, the value you get back is just incredible.
And first up is the big one, the American Express Platinum. And yeah, that annual fee, $895. It's intimidating for sure. It has a lot of people asking that one big question: is there any way this thing is actually worth it?
Okay, but check this out. What's so interesting here is how quickly that fee can just disappear. If you look at the statement credits alone, they add up to over $1,800. I mean, if you just use the credits for hotels, Uber, and restaurants, you've already made back your annual fee and then some. It really is like they're paying you to hold the card.
But honestly, the credits aren't even the whole story. The real power of this card is in what we call the X factors. And the biggest one is, without a doubt, the airport lounge access. We're talking over 1,500 lounges worldwide. It turns a miserable travel day into something actually kind of pleasant. And that's not even mentioning the elite hotel status or the travel insurance. These are the perks that are hard to put a price tag on, but they make a huge difference.
Of course, Amex doesn't have the S tier all to itself. Chase's top contender, the Sapphire Reserve, is right there with it, and it just got a major refresh, which comes with a new $795 annual fee starting in 2025.
Now, the Sapphire Reserve works a little differently. It doesn't throw a million little credits at you like the Platinum card. Instead, it gives you significant, easy-to-use value. The best example is the $300 flexible travel credit. You don't have to register, you don't have to jump through hoops. It just automatically applies to the first $300 you spend on travel each year. Simple as that.
So, the big question: Platinum or Reserve? Look, it really boils down to this. If you want the absolute best-in-class lounge access and all those luxury lifestyle perks, the Amex Platinum is your card, no question. But if you value simplicity and want a super flexible, high-value travel credit that just works, then the Chase Sapphire Reserve is probably the one for you. Okay, let's be real for a second. You absolutely do not need an S-tier card to get amazing value. So now let's look at the A and B tiers. These are the everyday workhorses for smart spenders. Cards that deliver outstanding value for a much lower annual fee, or sometimes no fee at all.
And this is a perfect example of a killer category card. The Blue Cash Preferred from Amex is just an absolute beast for family spending. I mean, 6% back at US supermarkets? That's insane. Think about it. If you spend $500 a month on groceries, that's $30 back in your pocket every single month. That's $360 a year just for swiping the right card.
But what if you hate tracking categories? You just want one card that's simple and rewarding. Well, for people who prefer simplicity, the Citi Double Cash has been a top pick for years. Its whole model is just beautifully straightforward. You get a total of 2% back on everything, 1% when you buy and another 1% when you pay it off. It just doesn't get easier than that.
All right, what if your biggest expense is just food, like both at restaurants and the grocery store? If that's you, then the American Express Gold Card is probably your personal S-tier card. You get a whopping 4 points per dollar at restaurants worldwide and at U.S. supermarkets. You're basically earning points on almost everything you eat. It is, no joke, a foodie's dream card.
But what about the best overall mid-tier travel card? For my money, it's still the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This card is pretty much the gold standard. For a $95 annual fee, it just strikes this perfect balance between earning really valuable points and getting solid travel protections. It's been the go-to recommendation for years for a reason.
So as you can see, when you put all these top A-tier cards side by side, there isn't one single best card. It totally depends on where your money goes. Are you the family grocery shopper, the foodie who's always dining out, or do you just want one simple card that works for everything? The best value card, for sure, is the one that matches how you already spent.
Okay, so how do you take all this information and actually use it? Let's talk about building your perfect wallet. This is where we put it all together with a simple guide to choosing the best card for you.
Here's a super simple framework. Step 1. Just look at where your money is already going. Are your top categories groceries, travel, dining out? Step 2. Match a card's rewards directly to that spending. And step 3. Do that net value math. Make sure the benefits you're getting are worth way more than any annual fee you're paying. That's it.
And this is so important. You really have to know what kind of person you are. Do you just want a simple flat rate card so you can set it and forget it? Or are you someone who actually enjoys maximizing rewards in different categories? There's no wrong answer here. The key is picking a card that you'll actually be happy using long term.
And look, at the end of the day, the best card isn't going to be the one with the biggest annual fee or the most complicated point system. It's going to be the one that simply rewards you for living the life you already live. It should fit into your spending habits, not the other way around.
And you have to remember, the credit card world is always changing. Card issuers are constantly innovating and adding new perks to stay competitive. So what that means is, if a card in your wallet isn't really working for you anymore, there's probably a better one out there just waiting for you. Don't be afraid to shop around.
Which kind of leaves us with one final thought. As these issuers keep packing more and more value into their cards and the annual fees keep climbing, you have to wonder, what will the S-tier card of tomorrow even look like? What crazy perks will they have to come up with next? It's exciting to think about because, in the end, all this competition just means more value for savvy consumers like you.